Hi trombone players! I'm so glad we're watching this video together. I'm going to show you right now how to get your trombone out of its case, how to assemble it and how to hold it, and then how to put it back in its case. All right, so the very first thing what I want you to do is have your trombone, get your trombone case and put it in front of your body. Keep the trombone in there. We always want it on the floor when we open it up so that nothing falls out and gets damaged. A great way to know that you have your trombone case correctly is that most of our trombone cases have a label on it, have an emblem or something on it that tells us the name or the brand of the trombone, of the instrument. Kind of like cars have their little symbols on it, we have it on our cases as well. And so make sure that's a good way to know that your trombone case is correct when you open it, if that emblem is facing the ceiling. Another way to check that, if you have latches, this is my flute case right now, but if your latches go up, that's another way to know that your case is the correct. Here's my flute case, there's the emblem, there's the brand, and that would be facing the ceiling. That's how I know I'm gonna be opening it correctly. Other trombone cases have these weird like latches on them, and that's actually how my trombone case is. Right here, let me show it to you. Has this little button, and if I push it to the side, that is what releases that latch. Don't be concerned about that lock. Some kids see that, they're like, oh no, I don't have a key. It's okay, push it to the side. It's like a magic box, okay? And those latches go up, and that's how I know my trombone is correct. Okay, so I'm gonna open up my trombone case. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna open up your trombone case right now. The trombone has three different sections, three different parts. It has the slide, it has the bell, and the mouthpiece. And so we want to be very careful with how we put these together and how we handle them because they're all very fragile. The very first piece I want you to pull out is your slide. And let's talk about this. Okay, our slide, hold it here so that we don't want, it's locked right now. And that's how we want to keep it. The slide lock is on the side. You've noticed there's two different types of tops. One's longer, one's smaller. This is where the bell connects to our slide. This is where our mouthpiece enters, okay? The slide lock keeps it in place. If I don't have the lock on my slide, the slide should just open up and fall. Like if I were to do this, I don't want it. Okay, slide lock, undo, and it should be moved very, very easily. If it doesn't move easily, then you need to watch the cleaning and maintenance video and to get your slide to move easily because a trombone isn't gonna play well unless this is able to move. Okay, all right, so this is our slide. Make sure it's locked. Okay, keep it locked right now. And that is incredibly important because this inner slide is very fragile. And if it gets dinged or it gets really dirty, the slide's not gonna move and then the trombone's not gonna work very well. Okay, always keep it locked. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep the slide in our right hand and go ahead and get out the bell. And go ahead and rest the bell on your left leg. Now the slide, go ahead and make it in between your legs right now. And so that the large part of the slide is closest to your body. And then the bell is gonna be perpendicular to this. The bell is gonna be resting on my leg right now. And this part of the bell, see how it's curved? It's like I could look through that curve and the part that it attaches is gonna go right over the center of my body. Okay, now the really important thing is that when I have this in the center of my body right now, my bell is on my left hand side. It's easy because it looks the same to think, uh-oh, it's on my right hand side. We don't want the bell on our right hand side. The bell has to be on the left hand side. Okay, so you put your bell on the long part of the slide and then you're going to attach it. Go ahead and screw it on and just make sure it's attached. We don't have to crank it, but you want to make sure it's attached, nothing's wiggling. Okay, and my slide should be still locked. So now it's in between my legs. The bell is on the left hand side. All right, how I'm now going to hold it, just hold it with your right hand right now. Show me your left hand and make an L. Now let's bring two fingers down. I don't know, it's probably some Star Trek symbol or something. Okay, actually bring one finger down. So we're making this L. We're gonna put our thumb on the bar right here, on the bell bar, and our pinky is gonna go to this other part of the, like where I'm gonna put my mouthpiece. So it's like I formed an L, thumb, pinky. And then my other fingers are gonna wrap around the center section here. Thumb, pinky, other fingers wrap there. Okay? This is all with my left hand. Left hand. I can use my pinky as well to just make sure my slide isn't going anywhere. It's locked, but that is also like a double precaution. Okay? So again, left hand, thumb on this bar, pinky or pointer finger goes across. It kind of follows the shape here. It's going to go right by my mouthpiece. Two fingers go in here, and my pinky's going to go underneath my slide bar right now. On my right hand is actually which holds the slide. Okay, it's the one that we move to use the slide. So my right hand, just kind of like how we hold the mouthpiece, two fingers on top, one finger on bottom, we do it opposite now. My thumb is going to go on top of the slide bar, and my two fingers are going to go underneath, and then the other two fingers can split it. So it's like this. That's the best angle. Okay, thumb, two fingers on top, and then two fingers there. All right, so when I release, and I will release my slide with my right hand, that is the one that releases the slide lock. And so when I hold it, remember my left hand's actually holding the trombone. My right hand is the hand that is moving my slide. Okay, that is how that happens. Then I'm not using my slide, I always lock it, and I double percussion it with my left pinky. All right, let's talk about our different body positions. So, resting position is your body all the way back, and your trombone can just rest in between your legs. Ready position, I'm moving forward on my hard chair, the chair that we play in band. I'm sitting up nice and tall. Ready position, I can actually rest it on my left leg. Ready position, I'm right there. My hand is on my slide. My hand's correct. Oh, I forgot to get my mouthpiece. Let's get our mouthpieces out. Okay, get your mouthpiece out from your case. Mine's on my table here. Your mouthpiece is gonna just go gently into that other hole that we were missing, of course. Okay, it goes in there. Never pop it all the way down. We just gently put it in and give it a little turn, like a quarter turn, just to keep it in there, and that'll keep it in place. You don't need to push. You don't want to pull down, push down, or do anything that's going to get it stuck. Mouthpieces get stuck a lot when instruments are dropped, or you do this. If you get your mouthpiece stuck, and it will happen at some point, you can't get it out, please come to us. They have these special tools called mouthpiece pullers, and we have them at East, and we can easily get out your mouthpiece without damaging the instrument. Do not use tools at home to get out your mouthpiece. You can also, if you're not able to come to East to help you get it out, take your mouthpiece take your instrument to any music store that sells musical instruments, and they have mouthpiece pullers. It takes about 30 seconds to get it out, and it's always free. So don't worry, but you have to get it out. We never put our instrument away with our mouthpiece still in the slide component of our instrument, okay? It always stores separately. All right, now our mouthpiece is in place. My trombone is resting on my left leg. And how I'm going to bring this up, you make sure you have space in front of you. Okay, we're going to bring it up, and the trombone is going to come up as always on the left-hand side of my body. If your bell is on the right-hand side of your body right now, then you put it on opposite, backwards. So the left-hand side of my body. And this top part, the bell component, is going to kind of like form a V. This shouldn't be up against my face, and it shouldn't be against my shoulder. It's halfway in between. It forms this V, kind of like this. So when I bring my trombone up, it's not touching me. It's not touching that. It's not touching this. It's halfway in between. I release my slide with my right thumb. My trombone is up like this. Notice my elbows are out. They're not flying away. They're not against my body. It just forms this V. Okay, and then I can move my slide like this. Okay? All right, so that is how we hold our trombone. This is playing position. When it comes down, I lock it. Ready position. My trombone is resting on my left knee. Resting position, it can go in between my legs, kind of resting on the ground, on the peg on the ground. Okay, ready position, playing position. This is our spit key right here, spit valve. Whoop, and you saw some spit come out. That's awesome. Okay, what we want to do is the spit will just kind of gather at the bottom of our slide. You gently blow in while lifting up on your spit key. Some of you who don't have long arms yet, you might need to use a little shoulder action in there. You'll be able to get it. I've even seen, people be creative with how they're releasing their spit. But you just gently blow air in, and while lifting up the spit valve, and that's there. For some reason, if you put your slide on backwards, when you maybe were cleaning it, the slide lock won't lock into place. First of all, it won't have that little lock, like catch thing right there it can lock. But also, you always want your spit valve closest to the ground. If it's up, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, so make sure it's always closest to the ground. And when you release your spit, release it on, I use an old piece of cardboard, recycled paper, so that the spit goes on something and doesn't ruin your carpet. I recommend recycled paper, a newspaper, a wastebasket. I even have students who use like a washcloth, or they have just like a spit towel that they're able to use that because you don't want to get that on your carpet. All right, we don't spit on our carpet. Why would you use spit just directly on your carpet? Please use something to collect that. At school, we don't require that, but in your homes, let's be respectful. Okay? All right, so this is how we hold it. Let's remind ourselves one more time. Resting position. The trombone is in between my legs. The bell is always on the left-hand side. How I hold it, my thumb is on this, the bell bar, and it's gonna form an L. Thumb, pinky to the mouthpiece. 2 fingers in this little rectangle here, and 1 finger around my slide. Ready position, rest on my left-hand side. My right finger, my top finger is gonna go on the bell bar. 2 fingers underneath, and then the others are going to wrap below. Okay? And we hold it up so that there's a V that's forming by my face. Now, this just happened to me. If this is not tight enough, and when you hold up your trombone, I'll loosen it, it'll open it up like that. We don't want that. Make sure that it forms this perfect right angle. All right, so it should just look like an L here. We want that formed there, and then you tighten it. Okay? All right, guys, let me know any questions that you have. Oh, let's talk about how to put it away. Take out your mouthpiece first. Always remove your mouthpiece when you're not playing. Put it away in your case. Make sure your slide is locked. Double check it. Always double check it. Release the screw that connects the bell and the slide. Gently put it apart. Let's put away our slide first. Let me prepare my case for it. I open up a part of my case. And you can always look at your cases as like a puzzle. See which area should go. It should never be forced into your case. If you have to force something closed, you've done something wrong. Okay? When you put away your slide, be aware of the longer part on top and the smaller part. And that should be obvious of how it fits in the case. And also, you can kind of see where your spit valve is, and to make sure that nothing is going to get bent or broken. Okay? Secure your slide into place. Please make sure you've latched it into place in the case, that there is nothing that is so that when the case opens, the slide doesn't just plop out. Okay? And then you put your bell away. Again, it fits in like a puzzle. If it's not fitting correctly, then you're not doing it correctly. Close it and latch it. Always latch all components of your case. One more thing, your case is not a stool. It's not, you don't sit on, it's not a chair. I know that it's larger, but do not sit on, it's not meant to carry a body, it's meant to carry an instrument. So please, please, please don't use this as a table or a chair or a stool. This case is for your trombone, and that's what it's meant. It's an instrument case. All right, everybody. Last piece of information. when you're not playing your instrument, always keep it in its case, or you can get a trombone stand. I've got one of these. I bought it off of Amazon, and I can rest my trombone on when I'm not playing, and it keeps it safe. But whenever you're not playing, you can rest it in your instrument case or rest it somewhere where it's never going to fall. The best place is probably on the ground, away from anybody who could actually step on it. Never rest your trombone. I already put my trombone away, but never just let it be on your chair. It looks like it should work well, but it's very easy to fall, and then you can end up breaking the instrument or damaging it very, very much. So always rest it on the ground, never resting it on the bell. All right, guys, let me know any questions you have.